Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Elliot, and welcome back to This and That Reviews, where I watch way too many movies. If this sounds unprofessional at all, it's because it is. I'm definitely on my way to work right now, so if you hear car sounds, that's why. But I just feel like I need to talk about this movie, and I'm okay with this sounding unprofessional because I trust that nobody's gonna watch this review. But if you do, first off, thank you. And second, this movie is insane. So this is called The Babysitter. It's a Tubi movie. I love Tubi. Tubi has an amazing amount of trashy, just like really old, but also sometimes really new movies that are, like sometimes really good or really interesting. And I've always said that the worst thing that you can be is boring. You can be like, like whenever I watch a movie and I do a review about something and I say, it's not that great, or it could be better, or, all of that, the best thing that you can do is either be really good or be really bad. Like, I love a bad movie. Like, I will never forget watching Cats. Specifically because everybody was saying that it was bad. And also I was like, Taylor Swift is in this. Like, I can totally watch it for Taylor Swift, because she is also in this movie, and it'll be something. And I will never forget how bad that is. But the worst thing that you can be is just like a nothing movie. An example on this actual channel is Hell of a Summer. Hell of a Summer is just a nothing movie. I don't remember, if I watch that movie right now, I would be like rewatching it as a new movie. I don't remember when that came out, but like that's how forgettable that movie is. The Babysitter I will probably never forget for the rest of my life because it's such an interestingly structured movie. Now, I have the history of watching a lot of horror movies. I watch horror movies all the time. And one of the hated things about horror movies is the fact that the dream sequences. When a dream sequence is made in a movie to show an insane thing, and you're pretty sure that the only reason why that dream sequence was even in the movie, because it doesn't do anything narratively for the actual movie. Like, if a person goes to sleep and then gets murdered by the main demon in the movie, and then, that demon murders her family, right? And then she wakes up and it was all a dream, right? That is now a moment in the actual movie that they can put in the trailer that is not lying. Because it is technically in the movie, even if the trailer would suggest that the demon murders her entire family and that's like the start of the movie or something. And it's not, because it was just a dream sequence and it doesn't matter. This movie, it's called The Babysitter with Alicia Silverstone. This movie is Dream Sequence the movie. I have never, in all the horror movies that I watch, I have never seen an entire movie based solely on nothing. In that, the entire premise of this movie is that, okay, so the synopsis is the synopsis that you obviously think. Alicia Silverstone, the babysitter, she is super sexy because of Clueless. And, she's babysitting, and I think the actual Tubi synopsis is like 2 teenagers and a dad hijinks ensue because of 2 teenagers and a dad, right? And so I click on this movie thinking that I know what it is. And I had no idea what this was going to be. Because what this movie actually is everybody secretly wants to have sex with Alicia Silverstone. That's all this movie is. But the way that it's done, if you find this on Tubi, just watch the opening scene. The opening scene is insane. The opening scene is just Alicia Silverstone just walking down the street, and guys look at her, and then a cop adjusts his mirror and looks at her, and, you know, like, other people look at her, And then like another person looks at her, and I was like, okay, I get it. She's sexy, right? That's what this movie is. We get it. Okay. And that's what the rest of the movie is. But the way that it's structured and the way that it plays out is everybody in her life, everybody, like her boyfriend, first off, it's a much bigger movie than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was literally just going to be a single location, like she's in a house and people are fawning over her within the house. Like they're just like looking at her bending over or whatever, or changing in the shower, right? I thought that was the kind of movie that this was going to be. And what it turns into is so much more. You have like a fling, like a greaser guy, like a John Travolta in Grease greaser guy, that is obviously like this problematic guy that she dated one time. And then you have the loving boyfriend, but he's not getting the sex that he wants from her. And then you have like her job as the babysitter, and how the dad wants to have sex with her as well because he thinks that she's hot, and the wife isn't hot anymore, right? And then, but you also have it like this. Spoilers for this movie. You also have the 8-year-old looking at nudie magazines that is also fawning over Alicia Silverstone and wants to have sex with her. And this entire movie, the entire basis of this movie, is that the movie is all done in fantasies. There are so many. I almost want to rewatch this movie to count how many fantasy scenes there are, because that's all the movie is. It's just it's scenes. Like, this must have been an amazing trailer, because all the entirety of this movie is just like the dad being like driving with his wife, and then he goes into a fantasy where Alicia Silverstone is in the passenger seat, and he's like, hey, we should take the long way home. And then like she starts unbuttoning like her shirt, right? And then it like cuts away, and then it's the wife again, and she's like, we need to make it to this party. Oh, that's another thing. And then they get to this party that they spend a large quantity of the movie with. The parents get to a party, and in this kind of movie, you wouldn't think that would be a big part of the movie. They go to this party, and the dad gets drunk, the mom gets drunk, the dad keeps fantasizing about how he wishes he were back at the house so that he can have sex with Alicia Silverstone. But then the wife, distraught about the dad, because she knows the subtlety of like the quote unquote subtlety of his fascination with the new babysitter. The mom is feeling rejected. And so the mom is also getting drunk and fantasizing about the other parent that's there and them having an affair. So every so often she slips into fantasies where she's having sex with one of the other parents, one of the other adults at the party. And that's what this whole movie is. And it's insane. This must have been the most banger trailer imaginable. Like, I obviously didn't watch the trailer. I probably should have before I started this review. But like, the movie is so insane. And if this sounds like something, like, all a movie needs to do is be interesting. You can be the best movie, you can be the worst movie, or you can do something interesting. You can do something memorable. Something that, like, there's plenty of like, and I made this reference like last time, but I think it's an apt reference. There are plenty of Hallmark movies. Like when you see a Hallmark, Christmas movie, a Hallmark romance movie, there is a template for that. And there's nothing interesting about it because they're all the same. You get to a point where you watch so many movies that all movies start to feel the same. And if the movie did just a little bit of something interesting, even if it's bad, I think that that's better than just being a Hallmark romance movie. It's better than just doing nothing. Something interesting and being bad is still interesting. Another movie kind of like this that also feels like Trailer the movie. The Next Karate Kid. Go watch The Next Karate Kid on Netflix. It feels like that entire movie is cut down to just the most important parts of a movie. Like when you watch a trailer and it's just the most important parts, when you watch The Next Karate Kid on Netflix, the new one, it feels like it's just the most important parts of the movie. And this one is like Dream Sequence the movie. It's just, they're both of them as a double feature would be such interesting movies to watch if you haven't seen either. It's like, that's all you need to do. Just be interesting. That's all I ever ask. Be really good, be really bad, or be interesting. And this movie was incredibly interesting.